I mean, honestly, maybe even less views could get you your first $1,000 just off selling beats alone. I mean, I'm recording this video and I just got a sale right now. What is up, everybody? You already know what time it is. It's gym o'clock. So let's get right into the gems. If you're a beginner producer or you've never sold a single beat before, but you think your beats are pretty good, you're probably like, damn, like if I could make my first $1,000, that would be like so crazy. And I remember thinking the same thing. So yeah, but here's exactly how I would go about it if I've never sold a single beat, but my beats are good and I want to get right into it. First things first is I would immediately start trying to build an email list. Now, since we're selling beats, each beat can go for like $30 a beat. So what I would do is just give out free beat packs. Now you might be like, well, this must be counterintuitive because aren't I trying to sell beats? I'm trying to make money, right? Well, yes, but you want to build up an email list. This is more of a long-term thing, but you want to do it while you're doing some of the other things I'm about to mention, because once you build up an email list, like I have about 15, maybe 20,000 people on my email list, and it really does make you so much money. Like, email is not dead. I can tell you that right now. Email is not dead. You might think it's old school, but I promise you, it really does make you a lot of money as long as you know how to do it correctly. Now, you're building up your email list, you're giving out a free product, maybe that's like 5 free beats or whatever. Now you want to DM a bunch of producers and ask to send them loops. Now this is assuming that your music production is industry level. If it isn't, just scratch everything what I'm saying in this video and get better at making music. This doesn't work if you don't know how to make music. Now, assuming your music is good or preferably great, DM all these producers. You can go literally here, I'll show you right now. I'll go to an incognito window and go to YouTube and say I want to send key Glock type of loops out. I'd look up key Glock type beat on YouTube and I'd go to the top guys who are really, selling, and I'd go to their Instagram and I would DM, hey, I just peeped your key Glock type beat channel, you're killing it. So DM them, try to get their email so you can start sending them loops and build a genuine relationship with these producers, because having a genuine relationship versus just taking their email and putting it on your email list, like if someone sees you just sent them loops and they don't know who you are, they're not going to use your loops. Like 9 times out of 10, they're not going to use your loops. But if they know who you are and they see your name right away, they're gonna be like, oh, this is my boy, I'm gonna check out his loops. Like, you really have to think like a human. Like, yes, this is a business, but businesses work based on human connection, at least in the music business. I would just send out maybe like 1 loop a day or 3 loops a week and just stay at a consistent schedule that works for you, and you'll start seeing collab sales coming in. So now that you're building up an email list, you're sending out collab loops. Now what I would do is I'd start up a type beat channel, and this is just to build up your personal brand. That way, if people stop using your loops or the email list isn't really growing, now you can take things into your own hands and build your email list and drop free type beats that will build your email list, because every time they download the beat, you can capture their email using BeatStars. Obviously, you've probably heard the same advice, which is grow a type beat channel, and maybe it didn't work for you in the past, and I completely get that. But I'll show you my type beat channel right here. I'm sitting at damn near 38,000 subs in just about 2 years. So since I started this channel relatively recently, I feel like that proves that, when people say it's saturated, that doesn't really matter. Like, I never look when people said there was competition, I was like, okay, there's competition, that means there's money, so I'm gonna get into this. Also, you really got to change your mindset when you're trying to make money off of your music, because yeah, making music will only get you so far, but you also have to do the nerdy stuff in order to make the money. Now, you don't have to go crazy to make your first $1,000. If you want to make your first $10,000, I'll make a video on that. That's where you get a bit more nerdy with it. In making your first $100,000, I'll make a video on that as well. But to make your first $1,000, start a type beat channel. It doesn't have to go crazy. You don't have to get 50,000 views a day. I don't even get 50,000 views a day. Now, I do sometimes. Occasionally, I will get 50,000 views in a day or whatever. But you can be getting like 2,000-3,000 views a day and start generating sales. I mean, honestly, maybe even less views can get you your first $1,000 just off selling beats alone through your BeatStars on YouTube. So once you've collected these emails, you're gonna want to implement automations, which if you want my exact automation templates that have converted really well for me, you can get my producer creator suite, which will have those in the link in the description. Now, sending emails is super important, but to make your first $1,000, it's not really a necessity yet. That's definitely more for you making your first 10, making your first 100,000, but you definitely want to start on it now. Like, definitely don't wait. You want to set up the foundations right right now. That way it will all build up, and the more all of your income streams build up, the more money you'll make, obviously. So with me, you know, I set up key foundations, which was my type beat channel. Now it didn't go crazy at first, but I knew over time, like in 2023 alone, I made $32,000 off the AdSense alone. But obviously I started from zero, just like all of us did. You know, Cash Money AP started from zero too. So don't get discouraged when you see big numbers that people like me are pulling, because we all start from zero. Like, this doesn't happen overnight, but if you grind it out and truly lock in on your craft, you can do it too. Now another thing I do, and I talked about this in my last video, is the DM method. Yo, you are not too good enough to get in those DMs and start doing that guerrilla marketing. Get in those Discords, get in those Facebook groups, get in those DMs, start hustling, start saying, hey, I got this crazy beat pack, I got 5 crazy beats I'll give to you for absolutely free, and build those relationships. Because when you give something for free, now they have this type of like connection with you. They're gonna be like, you know what, I like this guy because he's not just money crazy, he's actually giving real value to me for free, and I haven't even given him anything in return. So that way when you do offer, hey, you know, I got a pack of 3 beats I'll give you for $20 right now, I just spent all of today working on them and I think you're really gonna like them, I guarantee they will buy it if you actually build a relationship. Yo, selling beats, I swear it's really just relationship building. Like, yeah, the YouTube, you know, you can funnel them to your beat store, yada yada, but as far as the true building long-term lifelong customers, it's all about the human connections, like truly. And no one really talks about that on YouTube. I feel like no one really talks about it enough, at least. And I mean, I'm recording this video and I just got a sale right now. So yeah, the YouTube definitely works, like don't get it twisted. But just because I may be getting sales off the YouTube and getting sales off the BeatStars doesn't mean I should have an ego or think I'm too good enough to not respond to these DMs. Like, I respond to every DM. If someone's trying to buy a beat, I'm gonna answer them and give them the same amount of customer service that I'd give to Drake, because I'm not too good enough to just rub people off just because they only have 100 followers or whatever. If they are wanting to spend their hard-earned money on me, then I'm gonna give them the same amount of service I'd give to anyone else. That's just basic principles. I'm really just trying to give you guys the basic fundamentals to this, because people will tell you, hey, start up a type beat channel, run it through BeatStars, but they don't tell you the actual back end stuff, the actual relationship building advice. So that's what I think is super important to make your first $1,000 and to make your first million off of selling beats. Truly, like, it doesn't change. These basic fundamentals do not change.